Greetings, everybody. Thank you for being here today. Welcome to the Friday post flight here. We get started right as Friday Night Tights is ending, or about the time they start to end, because they do outros for like 2.5 hours. But anyway, this is episode number 14. I am graced with a wonderful presence here today. A young lady who she's a Spitfire. She's very bright, and she's newly relocated. Let's say that. She has unique perspectives on things and a love of wine. So she's definitely in my club. Let's not waste too much more time. You probably already know who's here because the thumbnail was pretty obvious. We have the amazing Tuggs. Hello, dear.
Hi.
How are you?
Hello. I think you gave Friday Night Tights too much credit. Last I checked, their outros were 4 hours long.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought they cut them down. But anyway.
I think they tried, but you know how everybody likes to talk over each other, so who knows?
It's true. Very true. And you have a wonderful show, a couple of shows now over on Poor Choices. You do some great stuff over there. You want to tell people what you do?
Yes. So for those of you who don't know, and I'm not saying any names that I don't recognize, but just in case, I run a YouTube channel with X-Ray Girl, who I know you all know, called Poor Choices, and that's like pouring a glass of wine. And it started out as like a bachelorette reaction show, and we did not need a fiance and all that stuff. That's how it started. And now it's really grown into like this dating channel, I guess, is lifestyle channel, I guess is the best way to start it. And so we have a regular Wednesday nights, which is where we started, and then on Tuesdays we do a show called Dadcast, and we have all the dads. We've had Culture, we've had Chris Gore, Valiant Renegade was on last week. I can't even think of everybody now, but we've had quite a few people. We're gonna try and get Gary and some of them on at some point too, but it's really evolved, and we're very proud of it. So if you're not familiar, please head over there, check the channel out if you like it, follow all that stuff. So it's great. I love that channel. You're muted.
Thank you. I was going to say you guys do great work. Well, I muted because I was letting you talk and I was pouring a drink. But no, I have to say all the wonderful things. You guys do a great job. I love being on the channel. I love watching the channel. It's one of the few times when I have downtime and the boss and I can sit on the couch and listen to you guys yammer on. It's a good time. But
yeah,
I love it.
It's grown. We started it out as like that. Both of us were like, "Oh my gosh, I love the show," and "Oh my gosh, you love the show," and she and I are good friends. And it was kind of like the antithesis to all the other channels on Geeks and Gamers, because it's all a bunch of dudes talking dude stuff about dude stuff all the time, and dudes bros, and like pop culture and everything. And we were kind of like, we love that stuff, obviously, but I think we should do something different. And so it's kind of the girly show of Geeks and Gamers.
I look, I love it. I love the perspective. I like that sometimes you let me come on and vent my spleen. So it's
you helped me out. What is today? Friday. A couple days ago, you were on with me. So I was on all by myself.
All by yourself. Yeah, I knew that was coming. All right. We've got some folks here. Weatherman's joining us. The lovely Penny is here. SFX314 Sabertooth Raptor. I was clicking the wrong chat. There they are. Okay. Osmora is here from the 199. What's up, Osmora? We got low spec Linux laptop in the house. Vulcan lives, or Vulcan lives matter, I think, anyway.
Yes.
Carlos Alfredo Lopez. I just say hi to a few folks as we get going. Shrek PMC has a new video segment out. You can check out his channel. I think he promotes it right here. Feral 6, so go check that out. And well, I do some very crass humor on the Comics Division show, but I'm more well behaved on my own channel, and I consider this important. If it's after 7 p.m., there's a decent chance that the kids and the parents are not listening. So I will let the guard down about 8 o'clock at night, and I might use some more colorful language, let's say, spicier. But other than that, no, I try to keep it PG because I want everybody to be able to listen in the car to and from school or to and from the store or whatever. And the boss
I love that.
Hi, boss. But I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad all these other people are here because Radioactive's here, as you can see there. Tendo Warrior 68 is here, and of course, We've got our wonderful friend Scott Westbrook gifting 5 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you so very much. How generous indeed. A few other folks rolled through the door. Of course, I already highlighted Stevie J. Jason's here, sci-fi from ETV.
Hi, sci-fi.
And Jason's like, she spits fire? Well, I mean, sometimes.
Yeah, only when I'm cranky though.
I don't know. You throw some fireball takes from time to time.
Oh, that kind of, yeah. I have my moments, Takes me a minute sometimes, but we get there.
One of our friends from the UK, one of our favorite friends from the UK, XRL7, also known as Mike, was incredible creator of music primarily, but also amazing animation. So check out his channel for sure.
Ooh, that's awesome.
We got several folks here that I really appreciate joining us tonight, but we do have a show to do. We have some topics to get over as usual. Everything's laid out the same way it always is, because we always start with the same 3 questions. Hey, Jacob. Hey, Paul's here. What's up, Mr. Chatto? I hope you're doing well, sir.
I love that you remember everybody's names for like the ones that don't have their names.
Oh,
that is very important.
These are people I hang out with. Well, Mr. Chatto here, Paul Chatto, is former television executive, just a wonderful guy, wonderful all around dude. Yeah, we have some high class people here. Like, well, hey, Small Time Republic and John Cipolla, and let's see. I already highlighted Penny, but you can highlight her a bunch. Hey, Chris the Geek is here.
Hi, Chris.
And let's see who else is in the house. D Nice Gamer is up. And
hi, D Nice.
D Nice. Oh my goodness. Very generous. Thank you, Stuttering Guitarist, for 10 Culture Casino memberships. Oh my goodness, you folks. I love it. I'm gonna have to play a clip. I don't think you've ever seen any of my clips.
Do it.
You want to see a clip?
Yes.
Oh, are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They are. I mean, you've got like a bazillion memberships. You have to do it.
I know. Okay, here's a clip.
Oh, man, that's some sweet cheddar. Guys. Yeah.
Isn't that great? That was Floral from Under a Rock. He does all my clips. So,
oh my god, I love that.
Yeah, he does a great job.
I was like, where are we going with this?
Oh, look, this is one of my favorite people in the world. Mike's here.
Hey, Mexican Iron Man.
Yeah. And the lovely Sherry is here. Greetings, dear. She updates her picture almost every day. I'm like, she's like infinitely
like a true girl.
She's infinitely photogenic. That's what it is.
We girls cannot keep our profile pictures the same for very long.
D Nice did not like the clip, I guess. I don't know.
But why you don't like cheese? What's wrong with cheese? You cheese it.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in Wisconsin right now.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't make it work. I have a wedding event thing I've got to go to tomorrow night. So
I love weddings. Yeah.
Well, it's the wedding celebration part. They snuck off and did their wedding elsewhere. So yeah, but it's the best part. It's the party part. Hey, what's up, Jeff? So anyway, Retosaurus is here. What's up? Okay, so let's get to it. We got 3 questions for you. Let's jump on it. All right. So here we go with the first stinger, which I almost had to. Okay.
I like dancing.
Well, hey, those clips are super fun, right? So yeah, I do the stingers just to break up the show a little bit because we do have different questions to ask, but the first 3 questions are always the same, and I already explained it to you. And you're on the wrong side. I just noticed. I'm going over here.
Oh,
more better. All right, and because the show is going to go over an hour and StreamYard is messing me up lately, I will reload at some point, so you'll have like 15 seconds of private time with the chat. 45 minutes in here. Don't tell them.
Okay.
All right. Means of Destruction set a $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Says, hi, friends. Tuggs is pretty awesome. Floral's okay, too. Love. Indeed. Peace and love. Love it. Memes? Thanks, memes. I love memes.
I haven't seen memes in forever.
Memes is busy. He's a smart guy. He posts a lot of really like videos about like smart stuff things.
Yeah.
Like physics.
He's always dropping zingers on Twitter too.
Well, that too. Yeah, he's really funny. Let's see. We got so let's get to it. We got all right. 3 questions. I don't know why I can't get to. Okay, there we go. All right. So the first question is, again, this is always the same. So it's important to know what your favorite television show is of all time. Of all time.
And I've been thinking about this, and I struggle with this question in general because I have a few that I just love. One of them is Chuck. I don't have just one. I have so many. I'm probably gonna go with Chuck. We're gonna answer with Chuck for this time around. It's always different every single time because I have quite a few shows that I watch over and over and over again. I genuinely cannot pick one. Friends is good, but I loved Chuck. And I miss Chuck, and I wish that we would get that movie that Zachary Levi has been trying to do for like the last, I don't even know how many years Chuck has been off the air now, like 10 years. To get us a proper ending. But Chuck is a great show. If you've not seen Chuck, it's very much in our sphere. Nerdy spies. If you like spies, you'll like it. It's funny. It's romantic. Like, it's a little bit of everything. And Adam Baldwin is also in it. So for those of you who are big Firefly fans, he plays like the more mature version of Jane in this show, and it's hilarious. So I love Chuck. And I got my dad hooked on Chuck. So if my dad likes it, it's a good TV show.
That's true.
That's how I gauge everything. Did you like it, Dad? He's like, yeah, I love this show. Great.
That's fantastic. Well, and see, the reason I asked this question is because it gives you 1,000 answers, right? I mean, Stuttering Guitar says my all-time TV show was, Andy Griffith.
Oh, that's such a good show.
Yeah, Don Knotts was brilliant in that, right?
Yeah.
And then of course, hey, what's up, Lister? But yeah, Chuck was awesome. Yeah, see, you got supporters here. I see all of that, and all I can say is that that's a good choice, but I imagine that the next time I ask you that question, it might be a different answer.
It probably will be.
That's why I asked that one, because I always feel like people get like bound up and they forget something like.
Yeah, no, and I'm racking my brain because I grew up on I grew up in the 90s, so you have your typical, you have your Friends and like all that stuff. So I of course love Friends. I loved Chuck. I watched Sex and the City. It's not one of my favorites, but I always recommend it to, like, if you're looking for something fun to put on in the background, like Sex and the City is always a good time. X-Files. And then your classic TV shows. Lastly, I Love Lucy, Flipper. I was a big Flipper girl. Loved Flipper. I'm trying to think. I don't know. There's just so many. I loved TV growing up. So that was my outlet. So,
Well, that's cool. And there's so many great shows. I grew up in the perfect time of television because they just started the regular reruns of all the syndicated programs like I Love Lucy and Dick Van Dyke and Andy Griffith and all that. So I literally had like the best TV ever. Like, and I'm old, so but
well, and then like, and so the 90s too, growing up, they did that, like Nickelodeon, Nick at Night had all those reruns. Disney back in the day had like the old Zorro show, which I loved that show too. And then like Boy Meets World. Out of the night
when the full moon is bright.
Yeah, Step by Step, Boy Meets World, Full House,
Friends,
Alf. We just had so many good shows back then.
And one that you're a lady, so you won't mention, the Cosby Show, right? So, yeah. So.
I didn't watch it religiously when I was younger, but I loved Cosby, and then of course Fresh Prince. And
Doey says that Tuggs and X-Ray Girl were on Star Wars Theory Dead by Daylight stream 2 years ago when I first suggested a Nerdrotic video and discovered the Fellowship. Oh, good.
Yay! Oh, right. I miss that. We're all such in different places now. Star Wars Theory is like running Disney over and then backing up and then running him over again over there, and he's got a new girlfriend and he's just living his best life. I loved streaming with him though. Shout out to Star Wars Theory. He's such a nice guy.
He needs that love and support.
Yes, he does. And she seems to be his match, at least from what little I've seen. So kudos to him. We love Nia.
A team, I'm with you, my friend. I love that. That was a great night of television, right? You had, I think you could watch A Team and Dukes of Hazzard like on the same night, and I'm trying to remember what else was on.
Dukes of Hazzard. Like, I never did watch A Team, but Dukes of Hazzard, yeah.
A Team was so great. is great. All right, we got to move on. We got to move on. Okay, so question number two. Question number two. Um, and this one is going to be tough. What's your go-to film when you're homesick or when you're homesick, or what's your comfort film? Right? I mean, what's that film that, like, you curl up and just you're just there.
Ooh. So I have, if I'm feeling like bleh, like not sick illness wise, but you have those days when you're just feeling like I'm down. I need to pick me up and I'm feeling like it doesn't happen so much now that I'm not single anymore, but when I was single it was a long time. It was a lot. I will put on either He's Just Not That Into You or What's Your Number, which is Chris Evans and Anna Faris. It's a cute little rom-com. If you've not seen any like rom-coms, highly recommend. Those are my two like I want to feel better movies. If I'm truly sick, like dying in bed, this is the end. Them being taken out, it's Lord of the Rings, because they're long. I have the extended editions, so they're long, and you can fall in and out of sleep with them when you got you're sneezing and all that stuff. That's my like when I'm super 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 sick. And then if I'm in between sick, it's always Star Wars. It's always Star Wars, and I just put them on. Like I'll just run them in order.
And it's so funny because the predominant answer, mind you, I've been asking people this question for a long time, but only formally on this show. Yeah, you're gonna see Star Wars. You're gonna see Lord of the Rings. You're gonna see Rocky. You're gonna see films like that. Those epic things. The we're overcoming something.
Yeah,
those film. But that's seriously, that's a comfort film, right? Because you may be dealing with your own struggle, and psychologically you want to see a resolution to that, which is why no entertainment speaks to us now. Everything is a dystopian, nightmare, and the ending is almost always a dystopian nightmare.
I live in a dystopian nightmare. God.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch it. No.
Anne of Green
a good one too. Ooh, Anne of Green. Hi, Southern Belle.
Yeah.
Anne of Green, interesting one because nobody ever talks about it. I love that. I love your answer.
On Pride and Prejudice, I mean, that one. Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That's a movie about a dude not getting laid. That's all that is. Yeah, sorry. I removed.
I don't understand it. I don't.
Those tapes are gold back then. They are. I loved seeing Star Wars like once a week. I mean, there were points in my lives where I did that like once a week. All right, let's we buried those two things. Let's get to the last one, because this one there might have a little road to run on. And thanks for being here, Paul. I'm going to ask Paul on this show. I'm going to get Paul Chato in here.
Yay!
We'll talk it up. But okay, so here we go. The third question, always the same question, is what was your best film experience? Okay, now that's a different question than you're normally asked. Normally it's like, what's the best film you saw in the theater? But no. Yeah. What was your best film experience overall?
And we're back to Star Wars again. Okay, so I will admit, I thought the first answer to this question, and I'm dead serious because we didn't know what we were getting into. When The Force Awakens, so we did the marathon. There was a couple of cinemas throughout the country that were doing like all six films, then the premiere of the seventh one at midnight. And you still had to line up for the movie theater to get tickets, right? Or to get in or get good seats. And so we did that. And I still have the film footage of, not the spoilers or anything, but it was just like up to the long time ago in a galaxy far, far away when Force Awakens drops. The entire theater, there's 200 of us, and we're all screaming at the top of our lungs. We were so excited. That one sticks in my mind. But the one that is my favorite film experience actually is Rogue One. And I like Rogue One. I know I'm semi in the minority of that, but I loved how it was a war movie more so than a Star Wars. I thought that was different, but it still felt like Star Wars in a way. It worked. But the end, we're all sitting there and we're all nerding out. And you realize, wait a minute. Like these are the rebel troopers. Like these are the rebel. And then as you're realizing it, Vader just shows up, and the whole theater, we're up on our feet. were throwing things. It was like a freaking football game. Okay.
Yeah.
It was nuts. Screaming and yelling. He's going through, slaughtering everybody. We're all like, yes, this is what we've been waiting for. And, you know, or as you all know, Carrie Fisher had just passed. And you get to, and I'm going to get emotional just talk about it. You get to, right, the little ship drops and her ship goes, and Vader stands there, and you realize as the little rebel guy is running down with his disc down the hallway, you're like, oh my gosh. And he comes around the corner, and she turned around, and I have never heard a silence like that ever. It went from football, winning the Super Bowl, intense, like your eardrums are popping loud, to so quiet you could hear a pin drop. It was dead silent. And those of us that were like caught up in the moment, there was a few of us that were like, I'm not gonna cry, you're gonna cry, I'm not crying, you're crying. And it just was, because it was so soon after her passing that she turned around, and we all just were hit with like, oh crap, how do we not put this together? And that will forever. And I've been to midnight releases for as long as I can remember. That will be forever my favorite film experience, because we all got to say goodbye, I guess, together. You know, it just, it still gets me, like, I'm getting emotional to just talk about it. And it sounds so nerdy, but oh my God, we were like, oh crap, like that's our princess. And it's her voice. You know, it's a CGI actress, but it's her voice. She recorded the lines, and it's like, oh, I was not ready. We were not ready. Whole midnight, we were a mess. A mess. That's my favorite one.
And you just illustrated the point, right? The thing is very touching. That's the thing you can just talk about. You have an emotional reaction to it. And that's what cinema is supposed to do. That's what film is supposed to do. So I always have that appreciation. I think that I have several films that I could always turn to as like, those are my best experiences. They almost always invited family. But you know, I will be inviting you for next Friday, Paul, if you're available, or any of these Friday shows. You are welcome. Let's see. We got Mr. Stock here. Yeah, most emotional. It was, dude. Okay, so there's like a scene, you know, where Spock dies.
Oh God,
right?
He was my favorite. I watched Star Trek, the original series, growing up, and I fell in love with Spock, and nobody told me, right? So my dad is like, oh, you like the show, like let's watch the movies now. First one was whatever. The second one, like Khan, obviously is iconic, and I was hysterical. I was a kid. I don't know, probably 9 or 10, bawling my eyes out. And he's like, okay, no, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. And we had to watch the third one to see that he comes back. Yeah. Oh my, I still get all choked up over it.
Oh. Yeah, and you know what, Paul put an answer in the chat that I think is also pretty relevant. Everybody's throwing their answers in, which I absolutely love. But the fact that for Paul, it's 2001: A Space Odyssey, right? Which is a great film. See, there's something about great filmmakers, and I mean, Kubrick was a great filmmaker.
Yes.
You know, and for a time, you know, we had some great filmmakers all in a row, and now we don't have any, or very few, I should say, very few.
Yeah, even the greats, not all of them, but even a few of the greats are not so great anymore. Like I feel like like Cameron's a great, like, listen, Avatar broke all kinds of records. It's great and all, but it just, the newer one is just a rehash of his own old stuff. Weirdly enough, it's just kind of like, what, you're better than this. Like, come on, you're up there with Kubrick and Spielberg and oh God, the older directors whose name now I can't think of, the Halloween guy, Carpenter, and all of these guys. And what are you doing? You're like our last hope. You and Scorsese are it. Please stop.
Well, see, and I would argue that, I'd argue that Scorsese's kind of fallen off a little bit.
He has, honestly, he has. Yeah.
I can't. But he for a long time, he made a lot of great things, stuff that I just love. All right. Well, we made it through that. Hey, you feel okay? You got through the first 3 questions? All right.
Yeah, I feel okay.
Fair enough. All right. So the next part of the show that we move on, and believe it or not, we've only been doing this for about 26 minutes. So we're scooting along. So I'll get you out of here on time, and I'll get everybody over to Ascendant Art to check out their stream in just a moment. As soon as we're done. But yeah, we are live. Thank you for that, Matt G, who is now he's right now. Taylor Swift is greater than Disney, Star Wars, and MCU. That's his name right now. But
Oh, that's Matt. Oh,
Yeah,
oh my God.
that's
How did I
Matt.
not know that?
That's Matt G. But yeah, it's fun because like he has a certain style of doing stuff. So I have to when he changes his name, I have to figure out. Oh, that's Matt.
Oh, well, now I know. Okay.
Yeah, but no, but yeah, I do have Rumble and Odyssey both rolling right now. So hopefully you can check this out.
Hello, Rumble.
Hello, Odyssey and Rumble. Hello, we have Twitter going too because I streamed to Twitter as well.
I saw that. I retweeted your tweet. And I was like, oh, look at you're everywhere. I like it. Take advantage.
I'm like, I'm like Thanos. I'm inevitable. But anyway. All right. Well, let's get to this. So the next part is super fun. So we're gonna do a little fun thing. Okay, you ready for a fun thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now for the fun thing, you get to pick. We're gonna do all 4 stories, but I'm gonna let you pick the first 3, and you're gonna pick them in order. So I'm gonna give you the 4 titles here. Okay.
Okay.
Rage Room Intimacy. I have to say this in a way that's not gonna get me yelled at. Cats versus Cucumbers. I have no other way to say this. 1,100 Cats.
Okay.
And then finally, Disney Dating.
Okay, I feel like I'm to get them out of the way. We're gonna go craziest first, which has got to be the Rage Room romance. We're gonna pick intimacy. Pick a word. We're gonna start with that one because I think we should get that out of the way. And then,
yeah. Oh, and we didn't have. We almost always have a bear story, right? So the chat's like, "Where's the bear stories?" But I don't have any bear stories. I went looking and like we went through like so many. You missed it. We went through like 20 bear stories and like all in a row. But
the bears are always doing bear things, and they are
know.
suspicious bears. Let me tell you something. The bear. I would still want to know how that bear ended up in Magic Kingdom. Does anybody know where it came from? Did we figure that out yet? Nobody knows. Okay, great, good, perfect. Where is there a bear close enough to Magic Kingdom? I have questions. Anyway, that was
I mean, there are. I mean, there are bears all over Florida.
Apparently.
Well, no, but I mean, really, there are. I mean,
I had no idea. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because that whole area is back, this like woody and stuff back there. Yeah. So fine, but where? Anyway, that's a whole. We could do a whole show on that, the Magic Kingdom bear. But yeah, the bears are not. I haven't seen any crazy bear stories. So we're gonna start with the road. I keep saying road rage, rage room. Blah, blah. Then we'll do 1,100 Cats, and then. Disney Dating, and then we'll save the Cucumbers and Cats for last because I think I know might be what that is because they're funny.
All right. All right. Okay, so here we go. So apparently, owners of rage rooms, which I didn't know existed, are sounding the alarm on a growing trend among pent-up customers.
Oh no.
Yes, the growing trend is fun time, adult fun time, intimacy.
This does not surprise me, actually. You know, you kind of read it and you're like, what? And then when you think about it, your testosterone is going, your hormones are going, right? Like makeup sex is a thing, right? This doesn't surprise me, actually. Okay, let's continue.
All right. Well, let's grab a couple supers just because I can. Matt G said to give you a celebrity wrench. She has a celebrity wrench.
Oh yeah. Do I not have one? I thought I did.
And if Paul Chatto's still here, I'll give him one too. But the Sundowners Club, thank you, my friend. $4.99. Check out Sundowners Club. He's a frequent guest on all the channels you love, and his own actually. The man with the best beard on YouTube.
That's
YouTube. Happy Friday culture. Well, thanks for being here, my friend. I gotta go hang out with more cool people who have opinions on Star Wars. Yeah. And people who have opinions on stuff, because I don't hang out with opinionated people at all.
No.
Anyway, so back to this. So apparently, the owners and managers. I'm not playing the video. That is not happening. But I am going to do this. So the owners and managers of rage rooms across the U.S. are warning that a growing number of customers are engaged in intimacy acts within the confines of their facilities. Rage rooms are spaces where guests can spend time in a private room smashing various items such as plates, televisions, radios, tables, and more with blunt objects. Okay. Customers often come for bachelorette parties or date nights and wear protective gear as they go to town on items with things. Rage rooms, which boomed following the the global crisis, offer visitors a safe space to release pent-up anger. And now customers are using the venue for another type of cathartic. Oh, goodness. Okay, so every once in a while, people do get a little handsy. Ooh, I've had some customers lay down together in a room filled with broken glass. So maybe there's a danger aspect to it.
Oh, there's definitely a danger aspect to it for sure. Like, that's not a good idea. Hey, that's Vegas. Rec Room Vegas. Hey! That also doesn't make... And it's in Vegas. Come on.
Come on. So yeah, so being in that atmosphere, it's super weird. So I think people tend to go to a primal place. Yeah, I think they probably do too. This is kind of interesting to look at, right? Just watch this dude. He's gonna just go ape on that vape, right?
These rooms, I feel like it would be super cathartic because sometimes you just want to throw things. I know gamers, a lot of times we throw our controllers. Same situation.
Yeah, they've had couples that were doing heavy petting, intense makeout sessions, and sometimes stripping down to their underwear. Hello. So,
oh my god.
Yeah. Well, she went to town. That chair is no match for the plates and the floor.
Oh, that is such a staged photo. Fun fact, ladies, if you go to these rage rooms, you have to, like, they will make you wear, they either have like booties that you can wear, or you cannot wear those shoes in there because it's, again, dangerous. You're going to slip and fall. Anyway.
All right. Well, according to Justin Lemiller, anyway, a research fellow, blah, 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 is into apparently adult activity, told the outlet both aggression and sexual behavior activate the individual's fight or flight response, triggering adrenaline, just like all the stuff you just said. You're so smart.
Look at me. I know things.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So the response increases blood flow. I bet it does. In the human body, including your bits and pieces. So there you go. Your bits and pieces get all in, tumescent. They get tumescent.
This base isn't the only thing getting smashed to bits and pieces.
Oh, there you go. Smash.
Oh no. Oh no.
Anyway, so in other words, when the source of arousal is ambiguous, sometimes we attribute it to the person instead of the situation. Oh. There you go. Brain chemically things. So if you look at shows like The Bachelor, where they often go on dates like bungee jumping, and they seem to fall in love more easily. Yes.
Yeah, there's called trauma bonding.
Well, that and there's like 4 different brain chemicals that go to town when you're, you're doing that kind of activity together. There's an element of danger in romance, and then there's a chemical release that happens when after you've been intimate, if I can say the word again, all kinds of stuff like that. But anyway, so Rage Room Long Island says his staff has seen instances where couples have engaged in, in
the parking lot.
Yeah.
That's safer, I would feel like, for sure.
Yeah. He said the acts are likely a result of excitation transfer. I wonder what the chat thinks about this. Let's see. You guys are on fire today. And thanks for being here, Sundowners Club. I do appreciate the super chat. I appreciate all the generosity tonight. We've given away 15 Culture Casino memberships, so yay. We'll be having a member stream, actually. For those of you who are now, we have a member stream coming up on Sunday, so hopefully you can join. Mr. Stock says, smashing indeed. Yeah.
The jokes. They write themselves.
Pouncing to extreme. Yes, we're going to talk about the cats later, but I understand the joke. All right. Oh, did Paul leave? Oh, no.
Hi, Paul.
Running off to eat dinner. Have a good evening. Oh, you're so awesome, Paul. Paul's great.
Have a good dinner.
Sander Hammerschlag is here, and Release the McCracken is here, and
exactly, McCracken. See, you guys get in.
Yeah, is it? There you go. Mars needs Max.
Rock stars in general, right? Especially like the Screamo guys. I mean, they're all just so angry.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I preferred to pitch woo vocally with smooth sounds.
Smooth jazz.
That's right. Anyway, yeah, you have to wear protective gear. Slender Dad comes in here. Whoops, I had Slender Dad on the screen. There we go. A trip to the range serves the same purpose without breaking stuff. True story.
I mean, although to be fair, Slender Dad, you are still technically breaking something. Like the target you're hitting, for instance.
Hey, Jacob, what's up, buddy? Looking good. We got Reed out there. Reed by nature. DZ Burton's in the house.
Oh, goodness.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're raging against something. And then, I guess that kind of physical activity is a violent act. I don't know. I mean,
I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, think about, we all know somebody or have read in a book or have watched a movie and blah, 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 where it's like, oh, the intimacy is much better after we have a fight. That kind of thing, right? Is because you get that adrenaline all going. It's the same kind of thing, except you're literally smashing things in this instance.
Hey, Tuggs, I need to introduce you to the animation critic, okay? There we go. So the animation critic, this is Tuggs. Let me take Lisa's chat off the screen. Okay, that's Tuggs. Tuggs is awesome. Tuggs does creation. Tuggs plays games. Tuggs makes poor choices with wine. And she does great stuff with X-Ray Girl.
X-Ray Girl. Yeah.
Yeah,
hi, nice to meet you.
they're just extraordinary. So there you go. See, I can introduce anybody.
I wasn't expecting to get big. I was like, oh.
Well, yeah. I mean, I need to go to one of these rage rooms. And anyway. So yeah, excitation transfer, indeed. So yeah, this seems like kooky badooky to me, but apparently a licensed clinical psychologist and certified, how to get busy therapist, Michael Aaron, agreed that some people may be attracted to a sense of dominance that emanates from people when they destroy things. Well, they're in charge, but they're not aggressive toward you or threatening you. So you experience them in a dominant way that's safe. Ooh, little.
Is it though? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either. But
I don't know that I agree with that necessarily, because anyway, that's a whole nother psychological discussion. But just don't do it in the room, guys. Wait till you get home. There's glass everywhere. What's wrong with y'all? Jeez. Vegas. I blame you, Vegas.
It's Vegas. It's Vegas. Hey, it's the Peter Venkman fan side. Greetings, dear. Thanks for being here. All right. Let's see who else is in here. Oh, Cadence is here. Saw that. I just unalive Towns and Red Dead Redemption. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
That's always a good time.
Who's here? Dave. What's up, Dave? It's been a minute. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Keely Chow's here. He definitely rolled Tide earlier, I think. Mr. Stock is here. I think I saw. Oh, Movie Robot's here. What's going on?
Hi, Movie Robot. Hello.
And like I said, I'm just like, I can get it. I can get why people would do that. All right, now what was next? What was next? Because we had 3 more stories.
I think it was 11,000 cats or 1,100 cats.
1,100 cats. Okay, fair enough.
And then Disney dating.
Now this story is a bit. This story. That's fine. That's fine. This story is a few months old, or a couple of years old now, or 4 years old. 5? No, wait, it's more than that. It's like 7 years old, but it's still a story, and I'm still covering it. So you sit there and take it. All right, there we go.
Is it me? Is it him?
What happened?
You are loading. I don't know if it's just on me on my end. It might be me. Continue.
I hate to say it. It's probably me. All right, so let's take a look at it. This is Linnea Latanzio. The woman shares her home with 1,100 cats. It's 4,200 square foot house, so it's pretty big, but 1,100
That's not
cats.
enough square feet. That's so many. I'm down to 2, unfortunately, but the 3 cats was too much. I had 3. I will fully admit it. My dad will be so proud. That was too much. It was 1 cat too many. I can't imagine having 1,100. Jeez,
that's a lot of cats.
Nope. How many litter boxes does she have? Are they all toilet trained, or do they go outside? I have questions.
We're going to read. So in 1992, this woman, her father asked her for help to find a new cat. She came home with 15 kittens. Well, that's a problem right there.
Wow.
So since that day, the 67-year-old has been surrounded by feline friends. So I'm going to say that I'm at the top of the list of eccentric, crazy cat ladies. I would agree. So I've taken in and lived with 28,000 cats. That's probably a record. 28,000 cats.
I mean, kudos to her, because just a sidebar, I used to work at an animal shelter, and people do really awful things to animals in general. Like, the stories. But
Oh, yeah.
cats, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but cats get the worst brunt of it. Like, it's the things people will do to cats, especially like young boys, teenage boys, they're messing around. Um, it's awful. Like, I've seen cats come in that were lit on fire. I've seen them be like skinned on the back. Like, it's awful. So kudos to her for saving that many, because I feel awful for them. I don't know what it is about cats, but if you're gonna have an animal cruelty situation, if it's not involving a pit bull, then it's a cat, and it's the awful things that people do. It's just, anyway. So kudos to her for that, I guess.
28,000 cats. Anyway, so right now, or at the time, she housed 800 adults and 300 kittens when they were in town. So
see, feral abandoned animals. Yeah.
Yeah, she's based in California. The sanctuary allows residents to roam freely around a 12-acre land.
Oh, 12 acres. Psh, she's fine.
But the house is okay. Okay. The sheer quantity of felines on the property forced her to leave the 5-bedroom house to the cats and set herself up in a mobile home. See, that's what I was saying. Yeah, you were yeah. So there wasn't room for me anymore. I ended up with 60 some cats in my bedroom and dogs, and I just said, that's it, and I moved out.
I don't blame her. Yeah, I probably would have too.
The cost of housing so many moggies, I don't know how to say that word, is substantial, even after having trained as a vet herself to keep bills down, including staffing, food, litter, maintenance, and medical fees. The sanctuary runs up a roughly $1.6 million bill a year. She's like, when I first started this endeavor, I was out of my pocket for 7 years. I spent my retirement, sold my car, I sold my wedding ring. And the premises boasts a hospital, intensive care unit, and quarantines for both seniors and kids. Despite enjoying their company so much, Mrs. Lawton-Zio's chief aim remains to find the felines new homes with 500 of the cats. The 500 of them currently up for adoption. So she really does rotate them through. But my goodness, this has to be such an extraordinary amount of work.
That's so much work. But you know what? I mean, I don't know about the whole like me moving out of my house situation there, but I was thinking this was like she just had them in her house and it was like a hoarding situation. But a sanctuary makes me feel a little bit better. Like, kudos to her, bless you, for saving these animals. It takes a true good-hearted human to do that. So
yeah, I mean, this is a good point. I mean, you got to feed and litter box and, then care for these cats, feed, water, vaccinate, all that. James Woolard. So how much cat food does she buy is a good question. But if she's spending $1.7 million a year,
yeah, that's a lot. Jeez. I wonder how much of it, I hope at least that she can write. I would imagine it's a sanctuary, so it's got to be like tax write-off or something. She probably gets help from somewhere, as an animal sanctuary, the same way as like the NSPCA would, Look, that's a lot.
Mars Needs Max says she's training them to rob a bank.
Smart, honestly. Very smart.
Hey, what's up, Chris? Good to see you.
Hi, Chris.
Two of my favorite hangar bar drinkers. Yes, I remember that night. Boy, we may have had a lot. We may have had a lot to drink. Yeah.
Duke and I were just talking about how we want to go. We want to go back to Florida sooner rather than later because we miss you guys, but also Drunk 3PO's brother Lee is a good friend of mine, and we haven't seen him in a while. And we were like, oh, we want to go hang out. And I was like, I want to go to Epcot and I want to go to Hangar Bar.
Well, and he's got not only that, but Lee's got a great channel now.
I know, the capable gentleman. Everybody go follow him.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
And lovely. Good people.
He will teach you how to properly wear a wristwatch.
Yes, and how to properly purchase one.
That's right. Yeah, and he really does know his stuff. So, animation critics like, I think I actually remember vaguely about how long ago this was. I don't remember, but the last part. But where two were spayed kittens wouldn't come from them, unfortunately. This story, I just came upon it because I got pulled down a cat rabbit hole. That sounds weird, but because there was like a billion cats, I couldn't find any bear stories, so I went after the cats. That didn't sound good.
Well,
either.
There's always cat stories. Cats are wild. As an owner of cats, I mean, they're wild and all the time. Just shenanigans.
Oh wow, I need to go check out the Big Guy Little World Sanctuary in Florida. That's a Chihuahua rescue. Okay,
Oh
cool.
dear God,
Hey,
no.
Dave's back to being a member. Good to see you, Dave.
Yay!
Let's see. Wait, hang on. Rumors are that Grace Randolph keeps even more cats in a small New York apartment. I don't know.
So,
Yeah. All right. On that note. So. All right.
so I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean.
No, you're fine. No, that's the thing is like there's a lot of us that love cats, right? I would never consider 1,100 cats taking
That's
over
too
my
many
house.
cats. My 3 cats were too many, and God rest my little Selena. But it was one, just one too many, just like slightly. 2, you're good. Stay at 2. Yeah.
All right.
So
Well, we're gonna move on. We got another great story. You decided you wanted to do dating, so we're gonna do.
Yay! This is right up my poor choices alley. I
Now,
love Disney and I love dating. So
correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you work for the company at some point in time?
I did. I did the college program in 2008 from January to June was my semester, and it was great. Back then we still had a dress code.
Yep.
Yeah, which was nice, no beards and blue hair and all that crazy stuff going on. And it was probably about the teetering point around 2008 2009. I think was a teetering point when Disney started going a little bit weird. And I'll say that nicely. But oh my God, it was the best. I had so much fun. It was honestly, it was a great experience. And if Disney hadn't become the company it is now, I would recommend anybody that's in college or as kids that go to college, just go, like, spend a semester, have fun. You can take your classes depending on what you're doing. And you just have some of the best experiences. And so, and with that, with Disney dating, because this is relevant, you get to watch like the cast members and stuff. And of course, you meet new people, and there are quite a few dating stories. We had the semester before me, a Wendy and a Peter fell in love in real life, and they got married, and it was really cute. And so it's just, it was a good time. We had so much fun.
Well, and see, this is the thing. I mean, a lot of people, like, I know we have a lot of people here that adopt animals. Like, Space Dave has a new cat, very large, food driven. Yeah, that's like Garfield. Grates on my nerves. Normally I love cats. Oh yeah, for sure. And I promise you, Mr. Stock, I will be reviewing Garfield. I love Garfield. I want this to be a good movie. The problem is it's Chris Pratt. So, but anyway.
Oh, the new one. I thought you were talking about the one that came out. How many years ago was that?
No, this is brand new.
I forgot about it.
Real quickly, let's get to it. So, talking about Disney dating. Now, again, this story isn't like recent. It was 2015, but this still exists. So, Disney dating site opens up a whole new world of romantic possibilities. So, if you're looking for Prince Charming or Cinderella, there you go.
Is it the site? Is it the site? Oh God. Mouse Mingle! Yes! I love Mouse Mingle.
So anyway, so there's a lot of single Disney fans.
Forever.
Yeah. And well, this is from 2015. So but the fans out there looking for happily ever after. This is where the cheesing new dating site Mouse Mingle comes in to make all your wishes come true. So this has actually been around for a long time now. Named after Mickey Mouse, but definitely not officially associated with the studio. Founder Dave Tavros came up with the idea after finding it a struggle to find women who share his ardent passion for all things Disney.
Listen, the Disney people are different, okay? And that's what started it, is because he is much like a lot of us Disney adults, especially back then, where we're special. We're a certain breed. And so, yeah. Oh, I love Mouse Mingle. Oh, this is great. I love this. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So he said, my friends asked me about my dating status and why I wasn't trying online dating sites. And then I told them I had tried them, but there was no way to narrow down the searches to find women in the right distance and age range who love Disney. That was an inception moment, I bet. So how do you go about setting up a profile? Simple. And just like other dating sites, only there's a special section for you to share your favorite Disney characters, songs, and other highlights. Mouse Mingle's back then was $12.55 a month. That's funny. That's intentional. And lets users private message and join online chats with other Disney fans, opening up a world of romantic possibilities. So anyway, I just thought you'd like that one because, I know you're a Disney peep.
Gosh, I wonder if they're still around.
You can look it up.
I'm going to Google it right now.
And while you do that, I will reload because my thing's freaking out.
Yeah, I don't know if it's me. Our internet went out for a split second. So, oh my gosh, it is still. Mouse Mingle is still a thing, you guys. Let's see what their membership is now. Oh man, this makes me happy. I don't know why this makes me happy, but it makes me so happy. It's still open. And they have they have Disney fans, Star Wars fans, Marvel fans. So I don't know if that's like specific groups you can join. Ah, that's so cool. We used Mouse Mingle. Not for I never used it for dating, but it was a really good place too because you could do like meetups. You know, if you have people in your area and you were by yourself and you didn't want to go to Disney alone, like you can meet up with like, oh, let's do a group. Like I'll be there this weekend. Like who's going to be there? You know, looking for friendship kind of thing. Oh my God, this makes me so happy.
It's super fun, right?
I hope it's working for people. Oh,
yeah, but it's kind of a super fun thing. And somebody made a good joke here. Let me see. Let's see. Oh boy, I got a match.
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh,
well done. Oh, hey,
Disney
Stunt Brat. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. I want to go on Mouse Mingle. Hugs.
I don't know if they do. I'm sure they do. Like looking for friendship, kind of like Match.com or not Match.com, Meetup.com and stuff is for. It's like friends. Yeah, but oh my gosh, I remember when Mouse Mingle dropped, and if I remember right, Disney tried to get him shut down.
Yeah, they do.
Because you know how they are. And I was like, you guys are dumb. Just say that you're affiliated, split the cost. Like, hello, you should have your own dating site. But no, they're too dumb for that. And it did not work. And then they never opened their own, which I thought for sure they were going to end up opening their own. Like,
what they should have done is lean into it and like have special dating events in cooperation.
Yeah. A Mouse Mingle discount code or something like Mouse Mingle Day. I don't know.
Yeah, a Mouse Mingle meetup, and you can take one of the look, the Odyssey's empty. They could have just, done a private event meetup there and charged extra money plus come on.
Yeah, but now
Rogue Attractions.
Man. Hi, Tom. Mickey is still single.
He's not. I was mad when they tried to break them up in that What If world.
I don't want to hear it.
Marvel
Whatever.
thing. I got super angry. Me. I was very unhappy. Hey, what's going on? Cool. Now I have an access to a database of people who I know I don't want to date. Oh,
that is a caveat. Yeah, that is a caveat.
Clay, what's up, Shadow Chaser? Good to see you. Poking my head in the door briefly. I have no life. Yeah. Sorry. Well, I'm glad you're here. Yeah.
Neither do we.
Sweep left. Yeah. There you go.
That's awesome. Yay, Mouse Mingle. I love the fact that they're still open too. I hit the join button, but it didn't tell me what the price was. So I wonder if it's in their about info. I wonder what it is now. If they even charge now. Who knows? Let's see.
American Outpost says, hope you're doing okay, Tug.
I'm doing fabulous.
Just fine. Hey, Music Band's here. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Man. I can't believe this is Friday. This week just went by super crazy fast.
It really did go by freaking fast.
I mean, we were just hanging out the other day. We were just goofing about on Wednesday.
I know. And that feels like it was technically, just a couple days ago, but it feels like yesterday. It's Friday already. Like went to the Morgan Wallen concert last night. Shenanigans ensued. Anyway, it was a good concert, honestly. I love Morgan Wallen. I see no pricing on here. Dang it. I imagine they're probably still about $15 a month. That would be my guess.
All right. So here is the pièce de résistance.
Okay.
Story number 4. While you look at a dating site.
Don't paying attention, I promise.
Don't let the boy look at that. You're getting
I just want to know what they're charging. I was being nosy, but
nosy.
All right, anyway.
All right. Fair enough. All right. So here we go. Cats versus cucumbers. This one was bonkers sauce, right? So I was like, I don't know what it is. There was just a bunch of cat stories today, but apparently, why are cats scared of cucumbers? So placing a cucumber behind a cat causes them to leap into the air in fright.
Oh my God.
What?
The videos on this are hilarious.
How did somebody find this out, first of all?
I don't know. Probably an accident. Somebody put a cucumber down. It's not only cucumber. Like it's cucumbers every time, but like if you get like a carrot or something and put it behind them, it has something to do with the fact that like they didn't know it was there. And so they turn around and they see it and they're like, what the heck is that? Kind of thing. But
Okay, so
it's
people
so
have been,
funny though.
yeah, well, people have been sharing videos of this. I was like
Mhm.
clueless, right? And this isn't that long ago. This is like 2 years ago. But anyway, so the cats just freak out and they leap. It's like crazy. So passing a cucumber behind a cat when it's eating appears to startle them, causing some cats to leap into the air and fright. Yeah, they do. It's like they just go a bing and they're just airborne. Yeah. So
Poor
it's
cats.
true. So the trend has spawned a dedicated subreddit called Cucumber Scaring Cats. This is messed up. Anyway, hey boss. Uh anyway, so where users have posted videos of them testing the trick on their own cat. I want to watch somebody do this now. Jill Goldman, a certified animal behaviorist, told National Geographic the cucumbers were triggering the cat's natural startle reflexes. Oh. With a
Mhm.
startle response, a cat will often try to get out of there as quickly as possible and then reassess from a distance. Placing cucumbers near where the cats eat may confuse the cats further because they often associate those areas with safety and security. Interesting.
Poor
Uh,
cat.
yeah, so Miss Goldman said that it's possible cats may associate cucumber with snakes, which can be deadly predators. I agree with that. So
That would make sense. Out of the corner of your eye, you're just seeing like this long. Oh God, it's a snake.
and then she adds, if you cause stress to an animal, that's probably not a good thing. Now, this article was originally printed in
Fair.
2015, but it was reprinted again in 2021. But that's
Yeah,
super
there was a
bonkers,
big surge of them again, and it works. It's not just the cucumbers. I've seen videos on TikTok and Instagram where people use like will put onions too, like whatever vegetable they have. But basically, it has to be while the cat's eating. For the most part, it's when the cat's eating because they are in their safe space, and then they kind of like sense something's behind them, and they're like, "What the heck is that?" It's funny, but yeah, your poor cat's probably had like a tiny heart attack.
Well, that's what people are mentioning here. I mean, it does seem that
Yeah.
it could be rather harsh on the kitties. So I
Yeah,
don't
poor
know.
little thing.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah, it
mhm.
could be a very cruel person to find ways to tease cat. Well, I mean, to be fair, what's more fun than a laser pointer in a cat? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It literally spiders in the wall. I mean, it's
A
fantastic.
cucumber and a cat.
No, I would never do. I see, knowing that it would really scare them that badly, I don't think I'd want to do that. So I get it.
No, I've never done it to mine. I've thought about it just to see what happened, but I've actually never done it to
Oh,
mine. But
yeah, shoelaces, all infinite time of fun for
oh
cat.
God, yeah. Or mine, we have the little toy mouse with the tail, and it makes like a I don't know, like a shaker noise. My oldest male loves that one. He'll play that in the middle of the night, and it's like, shh, we're trying to sleep.
Yeah. Calm down.
Cats are crazy. We love cats. You're wild. You did call it. I saw your comment.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. So we got through all the weird stories. Now we'll get to some real news. I think, well, we got to talk about some serious things. I only get you for 90 minutes, so I have to take advantage of that.
That's fair.
Um,
I don't get to
right.
talk about like
I
news
know.
a lot. Usually,
I
unless
know.
it's like dating stuff. So I'm interested.
Yeah, but okay. Isn't there a boy? I'm going to keep saying that,
Isn't there a boy?
Yeah, isn't there a boy in your life?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Still talking about dating. All right.
Oh well, I mean, on poor choices.
I know. That's my
That's all we
channel.
do. Yeah.
I'm all about poor choices.
That's all we do. We pick on Pearl. Poor Pearl.
Wow, you're so mean to Pearl.
She starts it.
Sure she does. All right, let's get to it. Obviously, you know what? I didn't run the stinger. You should have helped me with that.
Oh, I distracted you. I'm sorry.
You're the best. We're gonna run the stinger. Hang on a minute. These are today's topics. There you go. You're always back there dancing. I'm like watching her, bebopping in the background. Oh man, yeah. Oh, I'm working on a new intro because I'm over on Mr. H Reviews channel on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We do this. Yeah, we do this show called the H Cast, and so like I help him produce it and stuff. And I'm putting a new intro together for the show. I'm trying to have it done for like the show that we do like Tuesday.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's like 3 minutes of video. People don't realize that's a lot of work. So
it takes forever. I'm like, I don't even edit my Instagram videos anymore. I just post them.
we can tell. We can tell.
It's
I'm just
fine. Well, whatever.
All right, so but there were real things that happened, right? Real things that happened. What's
Yep.
up, releasing the Kraken? But there were real things that happened this week, mostly box office. The box office has been bad news for everybody, like Disney, Lionsgate, like all of them. They're just all kinds of bad. So, you know what would have been good if Dune had come out, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But if Dune had come out this last weekend and was carried over through this weekend, neither of these films would have got anybody to watch them. But the film I want to focus on is the one I saw you haven't seen yet, but I bet you can tell how good this movie is by this. The box office for the Hunger Games preview was only 5.75 million domestically.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Yikes. You know why? Here's why. First, here's why. One, nobody likes Rachel Ziegler right now. We're all a little bitter. And two, the Hunger Games, why? The Hunger Games had a complete, and listen, I'm speaking on this from a movie only standpoint, because not many people know, because the book Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes was released right as the pandemic was like literally. So everybody forgot about it. And I've seen comments, people are like, didn't we go through this already? Like, what is this? And people are just seeing the Hunger Games portion of it. And so Hunger Games had a beginning, a middle, and a solid end. Like, there was an ending to that story. It's over. It's done with. And so not many people even know this exists, because the book didn't get a chance to really do anything and make any waves, because again, right as the beer bug was hitting the world, I think it came out spring 2020. So it was a hot mess, and like, it was crazy. So there's just not a lot happening here. And we also were mad at our Miss Thing featured here. Miss Thing. So,
Mad Marty and Prime asks, didn't that do worse than the Marvels? Yes.
we don't know yet. It just came out. Yeah. I guess it's previews. Yeah. But
the preview numbers it did. I think the Marvels did 6.5 million.
Oof.
Or 7 million, something like that.
I don't see this movie. And I follow a girl on TikTok who said the same thing. She's a film like critic. She went to film school kind of thing, and so she like runs all the numbers and all that stuff. But she was like, the irony is that these two movies are catering to the same audience, like the same demographic. And she's like, and the people who did not show up for Marvels are volunteering as tributes instead, and then there's no people, the tribute side going to see the Marvels. Like, it's just like nobody's showing up. And she's like, she thinks this movie isn't going to do any better than the Marvels is doing. So we'll see.
Well, as somebody who's seen the film and is somewhat of a professional film critic, and also went to film school, I can say this: the Marvels, terrible movie.
Oof.
Not for anything that the actresses did themselves, right? It is a terrible story. It is terribly edited. It's terribly directed. There was small improvements in the CGI until the end. That post-credit scene that you heard about and may have seen on YouTube is real, and it looks that bad on the screen with Beast. It looks that bad.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I heard that he makes an appearance. I'm like, first of all, why? Secondly, why?
but this Mad Marty and Prime is correct. This film did worse than the Marvels by $1 million. Basically, and this had better CGI, a lower budget, better acting. In fact, all of the actors were quality. Even Rachel Zegler reminds you that she might have a future, but probably not, because she can't keep her mouth closed. She's an activist first, and an actress like third or fourth. But she is a really good singer, which you do find out, Tuggs. I think you would appreciate, because I know you like good singing voices and stuff. And you're coughing your head off, kid.
I'm fine.
All right. Anyway, but she can sing. The thing I hated the most was that she put on this accent that just A, had to been really hard for her to maintain, but B, isn't very good. So it's like this.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I've not read the book, so I don't know if the character has an accent in the book. I don't know why she did that.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so 54 million is what this has to do, more than 54 million to beat out the Marvels. I don't think it can. Wait, no, I take that back. 54 million is current box office for the Marvels. Sorry. First of all, we made it through an entire weekend and the Marvels did not break 55 million.
That's wild. Hasn't it been out for like a week?
Yep.
Jeez. I mean, I know the holidays is coming up and everything, but dang, that's crazy. And I think that 6 million was probably, this stereotypical MCU. Well, it's an MCU movie. It's going to make some money, like
Yeah, actually,
that,
you know what?
that kind of thing,
Yeah, actually, we can look at it. I pulled up the Marvel box office real quick because I knew we were going to talk about these things interchangeably. But look at this. This is a hot mess. Hot mess. Okay, so whoops, this scrolling.
Is
thing.
this Marvel specifically?
Yeah, this is the Marvels.
Okay.
Okay, so there it is. So as of this moment, 54.8 million in domestic, 62 million international. These numbers are not going to go up big this weekend. It's only got $117 million in box office earnings. That's across the planet. So let's look at this though. You mentioned the previews. Previews were 6.6 million. Friday is now, this is a combined number. Most people don't realize this, but this is both Thursday and Friday. When you get to this date, you don't add these two numbers together. This is 21 million. That's how much it made for Thursday and Friday. Then for Saturday, it made 15 million. Then on Sunday, it made 9 million. Now, Monday super sucked. Tuesday's Old People Day, right? So you get old people in the theater. Wednesday was 1.7 million. Thursday is 1.2.
Jeez.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
crazy.
Old People Day, they only made an average of $819 per theater.
It's not even just Old People Day too. Remember, and I don't know which theaters they fluctuate because it's a new movie, so I guess it probably depends on how well it's doing. But Tuesday is also discount day, so like Regal Cinemas does $5 movie tickets or whatever that day too. So that's, it's also, your old people get discounts, but it's also discount in general for a lot of theaters on Tuesdays that day too, depending on how I've noticed their new releases back in the day, never like that first Tuesday after they come out are never on that. And then they have slowly been depending on how well they're doing. So I would assume that probably had something to do with that too. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, this film is terrible, but I'm telling you right now that the only reason one of the reasons I knocked down the Hunger Games film was because it was too long. It's 2 hours and 37 minutes long, right?
Oh, that is long.
And I was like, well, I understand you wanted to tell the whole story and you wanted to like adapt the book, right? Because the book is the explanation of how snow became snow. Mm-hmm. And I really did keep it focused there. I know they were trying to focus. You could tell they were going to try to focus on Zegler, but that's not how the film came out. It wasn't really focused on her as much as you would think. She was basically, her name in the film, her name is Lucy Gray Baird, and she ended up in a relationship, or she fell for Coriolanus Snow. I didn't know that's how you said his name, and he fell for her. And then they couldn't trust each other at the end of the movie. So there, it's spoiled.
Spoilers, because the Hunger Games, right? For those,
but all I know is this: Tuggs, if you see a film do $1.2 million on a Thursday, and you're sitting at $54 million, now you're basically committing the next starting tomorrow, you're into a new box office weekend, or actually technically today. I mean, we'll know those numbers tomorrow, but I'm just saying it did not cross $55 million in its first week. That's terrible. The Hulk back in 2008, right? Yeah.
I like that movie.
I know a lot of people don't. Right? But anyway, a lot of people don't like Ed Norton because of that movie. I'm like, dude, it was not his fault. But anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's just bonkers. And people are telling me this right now. Stunt Brett, hang on. I'll get to this comment because I want to, and then I'm going to go back to Ace.
Well, I know a lot of people too. Have been saying, well, the writers' strike, they can't promote it, and they're trying to make excuses. I'm like, Five Nights at Freddy's had zero promotion. Like the promotion they did have, and it's not even a real promotion, is Matthew Lillard on TikTok being like, I can't talk about it, but thank you. You know what I mean? And like, wink, you know what I mean? Like that was he was on TikTok, like, so the thing I can't talk about, I'm really happy about this thing that I can't talk about. You know what I mean? And so like he had to like dodge around it. That was it. That was it. That was all that he could do. And that movie, I've not seen it. The game kind of freaks me out, and I've not played it. So I want to watch it, but I'm scared. But it's doing so well, and everybody's like,
Take the boy with you. Take the boy with you.
I might have to take him with me.
You should. You will love it. It'll
looked good.
It'll freak you out a little bit, and the jump scares are real, but you should go see it. I just want to say this. We got a member chat from Ace. Thanks for being here. Ace says, do you think they'll release older movies in 24? I think they have to. What do you think?
There's nothing. Yeah. Well, that was how the movie theaters got everybody back in after the beer bug when we reopened. Remember? They had like Empire Strikes Back, and the tickets were like $5, and they did old school concession pricing. So you got your popcorn for, $4 or whatever, and your sodas for $2 and all this stuff. And we went and watched Empire Strikes Back at the movie theater at Universal Orlando. It was $5 for a movie ticket. And then, popcorn, I think, was $5. And then the sodas were like $2 or something ridiculous. They were doing like old school movie prices, come see, to get everybody back in the theater. And I think that worked, because there's people like me and people like you that are like, we love these movies, but I wasn't old enough to see them on the big screen. So that was cool for me.
I would pay full today prices if I could watch the original Star Wars unadulterated on screen.
Oh yeah, and I've never seen those. That'd
especially be cool. Okay, so we have two of the largest format original like widescreens ever, not the IMAX things, but these giant cinema screens that were perfect for 70 millimeter films. I mean, they literally wrapped around like the whole front of the theater, right? Like cinema scope. But anyway, so that's not what it's called. But anyway, so I that's how I saw Star Wars the first time, was on that giant screen, which is why that was the film that lit my fuse. If anybody was ever going to ask me what my best experience was, it was that movie. If anybody's going to ask me what the best movie that I think of is, it's going to be Star Wars. It was that moment that I fell in love with film. I wanted to know how did they do that? I'm a 7-year-old boy going, how did they do that?
Yeah.
And I spent years I learning special effects, and then I got into horror. So then I'm learning how to scare people. Yeah. I'm super good at scaring people. So yeah, it was one of the fun things I used to do for fun was build out haunts and things like that. But it is what it is. We got an amazing, holy cow, super generous 20 Culture Casino memberships. My goodness. Osmora 199 comes through again. My goodness, my friend. Thank you so very. You know what? You get a clip. I feel like Tuggs wants to see a new clip.
Yeah.
Okay. Tuggs, do you like cows?
Yes. Oh no, I'm scared. But yes, I love cows. I want one. I want a cow.
All right, here you go.
I see you have money. Want to take me on a date?
That's right. What? I got a Punkwaddle clip in here too. You know what? Because that was so
dairy version
generous.
of Miss Piggy, and I'm here for it. Hi, Punkwaddle. I'll see you, by the way.
Yeah. See, wait. I'm going to play this because this was very generous, and a lot of people have given supers today. So I have to give Punkwaddle his due. Punkwaddle's awesome. There you go. See.
So I want to point out, because
okay,
I'm going to bring something up. Speaking of horror movies, there is a horror movie that came out in 2016 called Lights Out. It's David Sandberg, who did the Annabelle Creation, for those who don't know, Annabelle Creation and the 2 Shazam movies. That's his first ever film. That movie had a $4 million budget. And he first did it on YouTube, and that he tells the story best, but he was doing little short horror films with his wife on YouTube, and that's how he got discovered. Anyway, movie had a $4.5 million budget, and its opening Friday, it made $9.1 million. So the Marvels, with a budget of $1.5 billion, couldn't even break even or get more money than this poor little horror movie.
Well, that speaks volumes, though, right?
It's wild.
They spent over 200 million, probably close to 3. It's actually okay. So here's the real deal. Before tax incentives, the Marvels cost $274.8 million. No, it's $278.4 million. I always do that, but it costs that much money, and that was the number that we knew back in September of 2022. Not now. it's cost more now because they
Oh
had to go
yeah.
back and do reshoots and post-production. So this
Yeah.
film cost them conservatively $350 million just to make before they did ads and print and all the promotion that they did with it. So, you know, I'm going to be kind and say, take the number I gave you, $278 million, then subtract the $25 million, I think, that they were given by the, no, actually, it was more than that, $50 million. Subtract $50 million from that number because that's what the UK government wrote them as tax write-off. So go in, or incentive anyway. So go in with that and then put that number into your calculator. So put in $227 million. Put that in there. Then multiply that by 2.8.
Okay.
That's what the film has to make to break even.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I mean, I could be wrong. It could blow up overnight for some weird reason, but you just never know with like social media drama. But it's not going to happen.
It made $1 million yesterday.
It's not going to happen. That's so crazy. Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
That's great. Do we ever think, honestly, because I never did, that we would see this with the Marvel films? I figured they would be making billions of dollars for a lot longer than this. Jeez.
Well, and they literally intentionally ran this into the ground. But let's get back to. I want to be fair because we pulled up the Marvels on the numbers. We're going to do it.
Oh yes.
We're going to do it on this other thing. Hey, I'm in 1080p. That's awesome. Okay.
Hey.
All right. Okay, here we go. Hunger Games. All right. So we pulled this up before, but I wanted just for the comparison. So I gave you the budget for the Marvels, right?
Mm-hmm.
This only earned $5.7 million in preview. That's fine.
Yeah. Today's like opening day. I think it drops quote unquote today. So
they're claiming that it only cost them $100 million to produce. I know that's not true. I think it was closer to $150 million.
I would say 150 too. That would be.
Look at it this way. The CGI was way better on this film than it had any right to be. They did a lot of great location shooting, which was fantastic. Probably used some of the same locations they used for the original 3 films. It kind of looked like it. And they didn't have to go out and build giant sound stages like they did for like several of the Hunger Games original films. But the original film back in 2008, I keep saying that. Is that right? No, 2012. Back in 2012, cost them $80 million to make. So you cannot buy this $100 million budget. That's not going to work. So I'm going to give them $150 million. So you spend $150 million on this. You're going to spend $100 million in promotion. That's $250 million. Take that number, multiply it by 2.8. You still have to get into the ballpark of around 600 million in order to be anywhere close.
And that's worldwide, 600 million?
Yeah. This won't break even, but it'll be closer than the Marvels.
Yeah, I was gonna say out of the two, I can see Ballad making more money. I mean, it's going to, I think, in the run anyway, but I see it taking better and bigger strides because it's going to be word of mouth, right? Word of mouth with the Marvels was, oh my God, it's the Marvels, yay, day one, right? Which is why it peaked at its 6.6, whatever. And then it dropped because people were coming out going, that was awful. I was bored. I love girl power, but this is over the top or whatever, right? So word of mouth is, oh, you're a big Marvel person. You saw Marvels. Did you like it? No, it was awful. I hated it. I'd rather have gone seen what A, B, and C, right? So I think if Songbirds and Snakes is as good as you say it is, and if it's as accurate to the book, which we know how book people are, as they claim it to be, I can see, well, if you've seen the original Hunger Games movies and you love them, you're gonna love this. I promise you're gonna love it. Or if you were worried, because there's a lot of hesitancy with the book crowd, if you were worried about it being not in line with the book, I promise you it's in line with the book. I took one for the team. Go watch it. And then I think that word of mouth is going to go higher here, whereas Marvel's is just going to go here. I don't know if that'll break even, but it's definitely
good. But Tuggs, if you watch my review of that versus my review of the Marvels, you're more excited to see this Hunger Games film, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I, like I was saying, I mean, there's a 64-year difference between the film that you're watching in this prequel and what happened in the Hunger Games with Katniss, right? And there's references to Katniss in this film, right? But you find out why. But anyway, so it's just really strange. And I'm thinking, okay, if this film was shorter, if you cut like an hour from it, way better.
Yeah, being
and
that long is a little interesting, but
but you could have cut an hour out of it and not lost anything, right? But
Mhm.
again, because of the book people, maybe they didn't really want to. But I went into that film expecting it to be just as bad as the Marvels, and it wasn't. So what does that say?
Yeah.
Then, like I said, the CGI in this is ridiculous. I was like,
Yeah.
holy crap, that's freaking
Yeah.
awesome.
And the
You know?
first 3 movies, the CGI, my favorite, I think it's the second one with the clock, where it's the different the arena was the clock and it's the fog and the trees and
That's
the lighting, all that. Is that the second
yeah.
one? I think the second one.
That's the second.
It was beautiful. It was just like the book
Yeah.
described it. I was like, they nailed this, and it was stunning. And I know some of it was practical and all that stuff. So
But
the
it cost
fact
them
that
a ton of money.
yeah, the fact
Yeah.
that they were able to recreate that for this is honestly is encouraging to me. Like I'm excited now because I was worried. I haven't read the book yet, but I was worried in general about it because you just never know with these movies being made these days. So I'm excited and see that, and that's again word of mouth. So now you're telling me, and I'm like, oh well, now I want to go see it.
Well,
Drag-
okay, but I'm not. But I told you what my rating was for it. Now calm down, because it wasn't
but
like the best
still,
movie ever. Yeah,
I
no,
still
it's
like the fact that you're like, no, it's still this. But
this
honestly,
is a good go see it on streaming
Yeah.
movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so don't get it twisted, girl, because I would never send anybody into that room. That's like
maybe
that's
we'll
like
go on
that's
Discount
that's
Tuesday.
that's
what
like
we're looking
that's
for.
like sending somebody into like a room full of wet farts. I'm just gonna say don't go. But Dave, good to see you, Dave. Dave sends me this one, says, didn't the first one break $1 billion?
I think so.
I think you're talking about the Marvels.
Yeah.
And yes, the original Marvel film, Captain Marvel film, did break $1 billion. And that was what everybody hangs their hats on, despite the fact that it's widely criticized. But
Mhm.
it, everybody got tricked between what was it? Was it Civil War? Infinity.
Infinity War.
Yeah,
Yeah.
between Infinity War and Endgame. Everybody got tricked into seeing it. I would say
Yeah.
that.
We were
But
so desperate for content because everybody had just died.
yeah, they did. They killed a lot of people.
They really
But
did.
no, but and even these films. I mean, if you think about the original Hunger Games, they did really well for the time. They made an awful lot of money.
Oh God,
This
yeah.
and this film got a China release. Not that a lot of people are going to go see it.
Oh, I'm shocked. Oh.
I already have the ability to block pop-ups. I don't know why it's doing that. Screw you guys going home. Anyway, yeah, so 5.75 million. I have a feeling this is going to do even more better.
More better.
Yeah, but I have one last story I want to get to because we have limited time. I got 6 more minutes of your time, and I will.
Oh gosh.
Your time is precious, and we have to.
We've talked too much.
I know. I apologize. Well, you and I just talk a lot, but
We do.
I'm going to send you over to Ascendant Art in just a minute. You guys can hang out with Mad Mardigan or Mad Mardigan Prime and all the folks at Ascendant Art, including Little Chad and Slender Dad and all of them, because they are fun. If you're just looking for something to like listen to and laugh at, they do a great job of making you laugh on a Friday night. And this is true. Thank you, Little Chad. 5 Nights at Freddy's made them all look bad. Yes, I think that was some of what Tuggs was saying. So.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about that movie, and I know nothing about the franchise. So, other than there's like stuffed animals that kill you.
They're animatronics. What do you mean stuffed animals?
I don't know. They look like stuffies. All right.
Now I have to build you an animatronic that will scare you.
Freaks me out. X-Ray Girl's playing the game, and I'm like, anyway.
Right, so here
sorry.
we one last thing, and this is just so we can mention it because I want you to get your proper promotion time. But one of the things I was looking forward to that was supposed to release 2 weeks ago when the Marvels released was an incredible film called Dune 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking forward to this. But it got moved back. Then it just got moved forward. They pushed it forward 2 days. Or 2 weeks, excuse me. So the sequel now is going to be available on March 1.
What if that means the strike is over?
Strike is over.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
This is how much we don't care about Hollywood as much as we. A lot of people are like, "It's over."
I know that movies were getting delayed because of the strike, and so I guess to me that it's getting moved up. That means it must be over.
But the question has to be, why are they delaying films? Because there's no actors to promote them. That's the best time to promote films.
No,
Like,
yeah,
look,
seriously. Let your
look.
actors not run their mouths. Thank you so
In
much.
fact, if you want the real people behind the scenes to sell your movie, you should get the stunt people. You should get the
Mhm.
effects people to go out and sell your films. They should be on the red carpet. We have a stunt person in the chat who was
Yes.
amazing. Lots of quality work out there. But anyway,
Yeah.
I just got excited about this. I don't know about you. I'm looking forward to
Yay.
this film. Oops. And yeah, so you're gonna see this on March 1. And this one is all action, baby.
You know
So
what's the irony? And we touched on this a little bit. I'm going to bring it up so we can all have a laugh together. The irony of the fact that Dune being released 2 weeks ago would have dominated over
Mhm.
Disney and whatever Hunger
Yeah.
Games is, or I think they're under Legendary or
No,
new
it's Lionsgate.
Lionsgate, that's it.
Yeah.
Under Lionsgate, and not that I don't have Lionsgate's whatever, like we don't have any drama with them. They're usually pretty chill, but
Well,
Disney's
they do
drama
John Wick. They do
yeah,
John Wick.
and
So, yeah.
Dune being released by Warner Brothers.
Legendary.
Yeah. And the fact that that would have been like just poor Warner Brothers and Legendary cannot catch a break.
They had the perfect time to like
It was
dethrone.
the perfect time.
It's like,
And
they're
now
gonna
they're
play-
going to be released in March, and God only knows what's going to happen between now and March. And I know those executives are kicking themselves in the butt right now.
they
They're
are.
looking at Marvel's like, damn it, now is our time.
They're like, we're going into a holiday weekend. We could have taken out the 3 female power films all at once because they would have.
Yes, they
Because
would have.
you have the Marvel's female power, girl power. This should be all up your wheelhouse there, Tuggs. But you got girl
Mhm.
power film in the Marvels,
Yep.
girl power film in the Hunger Games, and girl
Yeah.
power film in Wish, which is a Disney animation that
Oh, yes.
a lot of people I've talked to says looks weird.
The animation itself?
Yeah. Yeah, the
Yeah,
animation.
the animation's a little interesting. The movie looks, I mean, I don't have kids. I don't really go to the cartoons really anymore from Disney in theaters because I have no kids and now it's weird because I'm 36. But
Weird.
so I won't
Weird.
be, unless I go, yeah, it's weird. So unless my friend who does have a small child wants to go, like we'll probably just wait for it on streaming. But it looks interesting. I haven't really seen a lot about the premise. I'm a little bit more excited for Inside Out 2 personally. But
Oh,
yeah,
you're
the
gonna
art
hate
on
it.
it
You're gonna hate
is
it. There's
right.
because it's got the message in it. So
Of course it does. Never mind. Take it back.
on that note, I have to do something.
Oh, what?
I have to let you do something.
What?
Yep, you're gonna have to plug yourself. What?
Go plug yourself. I hate talking about me. Anyway, I'm Tuggs. Hi. I normally stream on Twitch. And I simultaneously stream. Oh no. I simultaneously stream on YouTube. Everything that I have is that Tug Life with 2 G's. So you can find me on YouTube under that name. You can find me on Twitch under that name. You can find me on Twitter under that name and Instagram under that name. I also do Pour Choices, POUR, like pouring a wine with X-Ray Girl on Wednesdays and Tuesdays. You can find that channel too. And I don't have a set schedule except for Wednesdays and Tuesday nights, and then I just YOLO it. But I like to game. I'm gaming. I'm doing we just finished the new Tomb Raiders. All 3 of them are done finally. God. I'm in the middle of Hogwarts Legacy. We're going old school, playing the original BioShock on PS3. I have the original Uncharted on PS3. I have Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 on the PS2 that we'll be doing at some point. I like older games. We're going backwards a little. I'm also in the middle of Alan Wake right now, and it's angering me. So you'll see some gamer rage if that's your thing.
So you definitely like things that are back in the past.
I do. Yeah, there hasn't really been a whole lot of new games that I've really we got to get, and I talk about this with my people all the time, but I want to do more gaming nights for like Fortnite and stuff. So no. Yeah,
this is actually a good film. I really enjoyed
I've not
this.
heard of that one.
Here comes the boom. Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, it's so great. Yeah, Stunt Brat. Stunt Brat was in a lot of stuff, guys. I'm not going to spill the beans, but I'm just saying. Sonder Hammerschlag says Dune 2 would have ruled. Why? Because Paul is the Quasiach Haderach. That's true.
How do you know how to pronounce this stuff? Jeez.
because I'm a Dune freak show. Oh wait, so is Nerd Cookies, and I love her. Guys,
Oh my
please
god,
do.
nerd cookies. Yes.
I know, I love her. Yeah, Elaine's great.
Yeah.
So real quick, yes, Tuggs is awesome. She's great. You please check her out. Books, check her out. And Jaffo's here. Please go over and check out Ascendant Art. Just give them 10-15 minutes of your time. Shoot them a like. I'm going to send you there right after. Automatically, this is going to go, and you're going to be like, oh, I'm somewhere else. And then you're going to be like,
cool.
super fun. Yeah, and then expect Tuggs to come back at some point in time, and expect me over on her channel with the amazing X-Ray Girl
Yes.
as well. Normally I would run the credits, but we went long.
Sorry.
It's fine. And you guys are incredible. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you. I'll see you again. I hope you have an incredible weekend, Tuggs. I hope you have an incredible weekend. Maybe
And thank you for having me on. This was fun.
I had a stellar time. You are
Me too.
fantastic. And on that note, I'll just say this. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others. And until next time, thanks for being here. We will see you on the next post-flight. Bye.
Press our button as we see the push time remaining in about 1 minute. Thank you.